Hello, we are going to do a video with Loki and Lady, and right now we're just starting to work on being outside, giving them a little bit of off-leash freedom now, and working on them just walking with me. I'm not giving them really any commands other than come, and that's all I expect when I call them. I want them to come to me and just walk with me. This is not necessarily a heel command or anything. Honestly, I don't even really teach heel. When I say come, it just means come here and stay with me, whether I'm walking or stationary. So we're gonna do what I do with all the dogs. I'm gonna start going up and down the driveway. They're both new at this, but I'm gonna do them together. They both have remote training collars on right now, and all I'm gonna do is vibrate their collar when I say come until they come to me, and I'm going to talk in a pretty stern voice to them, because when you do this kind of thing, I'm not asking them so much to come with me. I'm telling them to, and they have to know the difference. They have to learn the different tones in your voice. So when you're serious, you're serious. When you're being cutesy time, that's a different thing. But so I'm not going to be real stern on them, but I need to get my point across to them. So if I'm raising my voice, I'm not really being mean. I'm just trying to, they need to I can't say that word, differentiate between the two. So when I mean business, we mean business. All right, so we're just gonna go now. They're both occupied behind the camera, sniffing and playing, and so I'm gonna try to call them to me. Come. Come on. Come. Lady. Come on. Lady. Good girl. Nope. Good. Come. Good. Nope. Come. Loki. Come. Good. So you can see they're still getting distracted, which is fine. They need to do that in order to learn. Lady is getting, well, I've had her a little longer, so she's a little bit better at doing this. But you notice even when they walk over to see my dogs, I'm like, no, get over here. Because if you're going to take them out in public and you want them off leash, they don't need to be running up to everything they see. I just want them to stick by me. They can ignore other dogs. That's really the best way to socialize your dog, is if it can teach them to ignore things. Pay attention to you more so than other dogs, people, other things going on. Like Lady, she'll stay out here all day and just chase leaves. Like, if she sees a leaf blowing, that's all that matters to her in the world. So that's what we've been working on with her, something just as simple as a leaf. Loki, he wants to play. He's a bigger dog, bigger pup, you know, stronger dog, and he likes to roughhouse a little bit. So I also want to keep that to a minimum, which he can play when I allow him, but it's not playtime all the time, is what I'm trying to say. So when I tell him I want him to come to me and walk, that means this is what we're doing. This is my time now, and you get your time if you're good. what I mean by all she's doing is looking at leaves. Got a leaf in her mouth right now. So we'll see if we can get their attention again and go for another walk. Come. Come. Loki. Nope. Come. Good dog. Good dog. So you see how just teaching your dog to come when called kind of eliminates the need for like the heel command. Because if your dog comes to you, it's coming to you no matter what you're doing. And kind of makes everything easier. Also, just teaching this with a remote collar takes so much of the frustration out of teaching your dog not to pull on a leash. Because if you can use the collar to keep them close in, you don't have to constantly be arm wrestling with a leash and trying to control them and getting rope burn on your hand, especially with bigger dogs. This takes all the stress, the uncomfortableness, all of that out of teaching a dog how to walk nicely. And if I want to put a leash on them, then I could put a leash on them. But most of the time I like to just start off teaching this exercise for dogs off leash, because they respond so much better to that vibration on their neck that it annoys them and they want to get rid of it, and they start to learn that if they come close, then that goes away. And I'm not having to crank and yank on dogs and their necks and get all frustrated with them. And if you also notice, when I take off walking, I don't wait for them. I just go. Straight ahead, I go, and I expect them to listen. I'm not like, come on, come over here, come on. None of that. We're going. And that's how it has to be. Dogs respond to someone that they see as being in command of the situation. They just do. And even no matter what breed it is, I don't care if it's a Cocker Spaniel or a Rottweiler. If you're a confident, in command person, everything's gonna be so much easier for you with your dog. If you're a passive person and you're always afraid of hurting the dog's feelings, you're gonna struggle, because the dogs don't understand that kind of communication. They just don't. If you treat them like pampered little babies all the time, you're gonna have a pampered little baby that doesn't take anything serious. And so anyway, that's kind of my outlook on the whole deal. And it's better for them, because now when I know I can trust them, they get this freedom out here. They can run around off leash, and I know I can call them and they come to me. And I'm not always like, oh my God, he's gonna run away. They're gonna run away. Where'd the dogs go? Half the time I don't even know where my own dogs are. They're off in the woods somewhere, and all I have to do is stand on my front porch and whistle, and they all come running in. And because they just know. We've done this over and over and over again, and it just works. So don't overcomplicate things, is what I'm saying. Be the boss, but be fair. Don't be heavy-handed or overly always nagging at them. Just clear cut, fair, but firm. All right. We'll see you on the next one. Toodles.